And we're back. I am so sorry for being gone for the last few weeks. I had to move into my new house. I have a table to set up the tripod from that one episode, a few episodes back. Just hanging out with my little boy. You haven't met my little boy. I'll show him real quick. Hey, buddy, come here. Come on. I know. This is my little boy. Oh, it's... He didn't want to be picked up. But, yeah, we're just hanging out. Did you hear him? They were like, you just spill a drink? No, I didn't spill a drink. That's my little boy. But, yes, anyway. So, yeah, I am so sorry for being away lately. I absolutely love doing this YouTube thing. Comedy is going really, really well. I actually just recently got into like a comedy showcase kind of a thing, so I'm really excited about that. As you can see that I finally moved into my new house. I still got those pictures. Here's a beautiful picture from when my wife and I were in New York together. Look at that. Handmade. Right on the streets of New York, Times Square. The guy used this cool little, what was it? It was like, it was a paintbrush and then like, what's it called? Oops, I don't care. I'm just joking. It was like a paint can and it was really unorthodox, but he made that beautiful thing. So yeah, I still got to hang up some paintings and whatnot, but finally I moved into the new home with the wife, and I don't have an office. No, I have a creative studio, and that's what this place is. That's the room that I'm in right now. I'm totally without words because this is definitely my favorite room in the house. Yeah, everything is going really good and progressive in life. What are some things that have happened lately besides from me just being really, really happy for being in this house? I can't tell you how thankful I am. Just the opportunity to be able to actually be in a home where I can actually get some division and separate myself from what I'm doing creatively with everything else in life, you know, and not have to disturb my wife or make her upset or angry because I'm talking too loud or I'm on the phone or vice versa if she's on the phone, you know. So anyway, but without further ado, some other things. So here's the thing. Let's just get into it. I have no idea what it is about me, but when I see somebody parking in front of a store when the whole fucking parking lot is completely empty, there's something in me just wants to get in your shit. And I just want to say, lady, what the fuck is wrong with you? Or sir, you know, it actually happened a few days ago. This lady parked right in front of the fucking Little Caesars, you know, and I got ready to say something to her. And then right as I got ready to say something, her little boy got out of the car, closed the door, and he just looked at me and he smiled. And I'm thinking, your mom is a piece of shit. She's teaching him the wrong thing to do. So she said, hey, is everything all right? And I bit my fucking lips. And in my imagination, I yelled at her fucking face. But I didn't really do that. I don't really understand it. It's like this one guy at the gym that I go to. He always parks in the fucking handicap spot and takes out a basketball. And then about 20 minutes into warming up, he fucking dunks. I'm thinking like, if you can fucking dunk, look at my forearm. Sorry about that, got distracted. If you can dunk a basketball, you should not be able to park in a fucking handicap spot. Okay? There's gotta be a rule in the United States of America, God bless, okay, that says if you can dunk a fucking basketball, you should not be able to park your car in a handicap spot. And you should not get mad at me for getting in your shit and saying, hey, sir, the fuck is up with that, man? I just saw you do the old cookie jar where you left your fucking elbow in the damn basketball hoop, okay? That should not be allowed. It should not. So thank goodness my wife is usually not with me when I say shit like that because it would completely embarrass her. But she's not, so I don't give a shit and I say something. It's not really confrontational. I just think that people try to get away with too much shit now. Perfect example. Here we go. Sorry, buddy. He just looked at me like, why are you yelling? So I don't really understand what the thing is about people not being able to say no, okay, or that they don't know. All right. Let's just say this is a cell phone. I'm using my cell phone for the video. Otherwise, I'd be using it. But I asked somebody. I was looking for a post office because I just moved here. I have to go to the actual post office to drop off some shit. And I was like, "Hey, man, do you know where the post office is?" And he was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm not really remembering right now, but let me look it up for you." I said, "Sir, no, it's okay. I got a phone. Can you just point, like the general direction?" Now, first off, if you don't really know the direction of where you're going, there's this indication that people always do. The first thing you do is they put their hand on their hips, and they shake their head no, and then they say yes, okay? If I said, "Have you seen my wife? She just got kidnapped," okay? Is there anything you could tell me? If you did this, yeah, I think I can help. You're sending me all fucking mixed signals. What is this shit? What are you seriously doing, okay? So I asked this guy, "Where is the post office?" Okay? Now, he's going, he's explaining to me, like, "I think it's down there, or maybe you go down there, but I can look it up for you," and he doesn't have any battery, and he's talking about charging his phone and giving him 5 minutes. Let me just go in my car and charge it. I said, "Sir, seriously, my phone is fine. It perfectly works." My camera moved a little bit. Okay? But why can't people actually just, I don't really understand, you see, why people just cannot say no. Just say no, all right? Or if you don't know, just say that you don't know. It's like this whole thing that's going on with that whole, not being political, but it's like that whole thing that's going on with the judge right now, okay? One of the people with that Judge Kavanaugh guy, one of the people said, "Sir, when you drink alcohol during the whole, like, I call it the roasting of Mr. Kavanaugh, okay? Because one of the actual people that are, like, kind of prosecuting him in a way, it's the wrong word, but grilling him, for lack of better words, they said, "Sir, when you drink alcohol, does it have an effect on you?" He just looked at him like they're a fucking idiot, and he's just like, yeah, okay? And then the person would be like, "So why don't you recall all the details from when you were drinking that night?" He knows. Even when he doesn't know, he'll still say, "I don't know. Maybe because I was drinking alcohol." Okay? That's what I'm saying, you don't have to always know everything. Isn't it like a liberating thing to say that you don't know something, just to take accountability for the fact that you have an opportunity to learn something? When was the last time you're like, somebody ever said to me, "Hey, do you want to learn something?" You're like, "No, I'm cool, sir. I know everything. God bless me with life and all the knowledge in it. I'm good." Okay? Look at my boy. He's just looking. Look at that. You see that? Can you see him? Hold on a second. Where is he? Hey, T. Can you see him? Sorry. He's distracting me. He's looking really cute. But, yeah, it was highly inappropriate. I'm sorry about that. There's just so many things that I don't get. I'm actually going to be doing a lot more. I really like somebody called me recently, told me they really like it when I do those car videos. And remember, like I said, just kind of like a podcast, but more like kind of like a blog, whatever. I just want to keep everybody with updates. If there's something interesting or funny that happens, I'm definitely going to tell you about that. But yeah, as of now, I'm really, really using this creative room, the creative studio, as I call it, as it is to me, to take my comedy to the next level, and writing, and just being able to really fully express myself in a better place than just my car. But if I'm driving and some crazy shit happens, I'm going to tell you what's going on. Not too long, a video, about 9 minutes, but if I had a lot more, if I had like a lot more of substance things to say, I would. But yeah, almost half this damn video is just me saying sorry and thank you for just sticking with me, because yeah, I don't like being off of YouTube. I don't like not doing comedy. I actually just did comedy last night, and it was kind of a weird situation, because the people that were there were mostly all comics, and trying to make a comedian laugh that's already heard your material, or even that's not there to actually laugh, they're there to make other people laugh, I can't really think of an example, but it's kind of like if you showed up. It's kind of like if you showed up a place that makes deliveries only, trying to receive some shit. You see what I'm saying? Like nobody goes to a comedy club that wants to tell jokes with the intention of trying to laugh, because their focus isn't on relaxing. Their attention is being focused on what they're going to say, even when the guy is on stage. So it's a lot harder to make people laugh when they're thinking that they're on the ballot, that they're coming up next or something like that. And that's where their mind should be and whatnot. So there was like 5 or 6 people, and I have a lot of stuff that I've been working on, and I'm not saying it as a cop out, but I wanted to get, sorry, neighbors just walking by. I really wanted to get a really good metric for my added minutes onto the last successful 4-minute set that I said. But without there being enough people, I thought I would actually be doing myself I think I'd be doing myself a disservice, because to really get a metric for a completely random audience, unless those 4 people had an ideal sense of humor, like the way that I do, I didn't want to take the chance of moving on and advancing or working on this material with basically a population that wasn't already tailored for me. I'm still trying to develop my own audience and stuff like that, and I was really hoping the people from last week actually came out again, but they didn't. None of them were there, so it's a really awkward situation, because even Jerry Seinfeld himself could not sell a ticket to somebody. Okay, listen very carefully. Jerry Seinfeld himself could not sell a ticket, if his life depended on it, for comedy, to a person that does not think he is funny. And that's in a lot of ways kind of like what doing open mic is, because the audience is not tailored for you. Doesn't matter how great you are, okay? Joe Rogan, Bill Burr, Tom Segura, Ari the Great, Burt Kreischer, all these guys have their own audiences. A lot of them are very similar, stylistically or differently, but the audience is very similar. But it could be completely different, like Kevin Hart or Cat Williams or even Jerry Seinfeld. So open mic, you have no idea, unless you're actually expecting people that you know, who stylistically, whether not that what you're saying is not murderous, hilarious, funny, just you're killing and doing so good, if it's all for a crowd that stylistically doesn't like your material, like in general, doesn't like your sense of humor. So I think that's like the hardest thing about the whole open mic scene and whatnot. But right now I'm trying, the bigger it is, the bigger the group, I'm trying to use my most advanced and clean and like tightest and working material to make it even better and better. So that I can slowly move forward and progress. But with just like 4 people and other comics that aren't really focused on what I'm saying, it's not the best time to really like advance in my new stuff, or even better to like to add on. So I said like all sorts of like random shit. It wasn't tied together or anything like that. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to be watching the fights this weekend. I am going to say, I truly believe, if I had to put money on it, I think that Khabib is... I'm freaking balls deep in the UFC. I went to UFC 200. I've always been in it. I practiced jiu-jitsu. I used to a long time ago, and I'm actually just getting back into it. So I'm going to correct my statement a little bit. But I believe that Khabib's style is very, it's not versatile. He's kind of like a one-trick pony. What I mean by that is, no offense to ponies, no, but seriously, I think that Khabib has one way to win the fight. I think that Conor has multiple ways to win the fight. I could actually I don't see Conor taking Khabib down by any means, but I just feel like Conor is very diverse. He has a lot of different ways to win. Left punch, right punch, left knee, left foot, right foot. I think he knows how to pop off of his feet. Khabib stylistically does not have a style of takedowns where it's like Matt Hughes, where he like does like a powerhouse double leg. He's not that style of a wrestler. He's not a Kevin Lee. To be honest, I think Kevin Lee actually could potentially beat Conor as opposed to Khabib, because Kevin Lee has more of that powerhouse double leg Matt Hughes style wrestling compared to Khabib, that explosive, takedown. But Khabib, he shoots from a long distance. I mean, once he gets you, you're fucked. You're fucked. But the problem is getting down in the first place. And I think Conor, with his ability to cut angles and him just keeping the distance away, I think it's going to be a long night for Khabib, and I think Khabib is going to get kind of restless and irritated, and then I'm going to say, here's my prediction. I'm going to say Khabib is going to come out. He's going to, right off the bat, kind of pretend like he's going to trade a little bit with Conor. I'm going to say about the middle of the first round, Conor's going to hit him really hard. I'm going to say he's going to hit him really hard. And Khabib is going to try to take him down unsuccessfully. So Conor's going to kind of fuck with him a little bit and punch him, and he's going to knock him down a second time. I'm going to say he knocks him down 2 times. The first one is about middle of the first round. Second round comes rolling around. I'm going to think Khabib is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive to compensate for him not winning that first round. Again, this is a guy who never lost a round. And I think when that aggression comes in, Conor is going to come with his counter, okay? And he's going to knock him out second round. So we'll see how accurate I am. I'm pretty accurate. I don't really talk about that, but I'm pretty accurate with my predictions, you can call it. So that's the video I got. Thank you so much for your time. And just a lot of big things to come. So remember, this channel is all about documenting, can't even talk, documenting my rise to comedy and progress and updates and everything else. I love so much stylistically and even as a person, the great Bill Burr. He's a constant inspiration. I just watched Joe Rogan's latest. Joe, you killed it, dude. I'm telling you, you knocked it out of the park. That was the best special I've ever watched. I'd say my favorite comedian right now, without a doubt, is Bill Burr. But man, Joe Rogan, you just fucking knocked it out of the park. When I hear different comedians, it new material, and the first time, and I got all the receptors, it kind of brings back memories of different experiences that I have and inspires me. So that's just why I love listening to like the podcasts and stuff like that, because things that other people say, either in like daily life, but in particular the guys that inspire me, Bill Burr, and these are just comedians that inspire me in a comedic aspect, being not in other ways, okay, just to make that distinction, because it's important, because there's different kinds of inspirations for different stuff. I'm not thinking about comedy when I'm fucking deadlifting at 4:30 in the morning, but as far as comedic inspiration and whatnot, that gets me fired up. Just personality wise, I get so fucking angry. I'm just clenching my hands just thinking about it. I get so irritated at so much so fast, and when I hear Bill Burr just fucking go on his rants, it just sort of like relaxes me, and I'm thinking, man, I'm glad there's not just one of me out there, because he's just so great. But I can really relate to that guy. I'd love to just meet him and fucking, just be in an elevator with him that got stuck, be in a horrible, shitty situation, so we just fucking shit talk. I mean, I don't want nothing bad to happen to him or me or anything like that, but it would be some shit to be in like a funny, non-dangerous situation, to be like in a situation with him and he's just fucking bitching and complaining. He'd have a whole new material, and man, I just fucking ranting with that guy would be so great. And Joe Rogan, he's got all of these psychedelic, crazy thoughts and imaginative ideas, so between those two, they're fucking awesome. So hearing Joe Rogan's last, I just got finished. It was fucking dynamic. It was so great. And anytime I listen to Bill Burr's podcast, he just gets so irritated, and then I start to get irritated. Or even before that, when I'm irritated, I just think about shit that pisses me off. Like, come on, man. You seriously gonna park your car in a fucking handicap spot and 20 minutes later dunk a basketball? Are you an idiot? You fucking... Anyway, but thank you again for your time. I wish you all the best. I'm actually going to start be doing a lot more of these like Insta stories and whatnot, because I think when there's something not that's like big or impacting that happens, it'd be a good way just to like stay, not stay relevant, but just keep on doing stuff, you know. And I love working with the camera and doing stuff on the camera and everything. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing stuff, having everything uploaded at least once a week, comedy wise. Hopefully twice a week with you know, my YouTube channel in general, with just you know, this whole thing, documenting everything. You know, my dream, part of my dream is actually to look back at this and have other people look back and they could see my progression, and hopefully that'll help them. So thank you again for your time. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out on Instagram. If you like this video, please hit the like button. These are my thoughts. These are my words. These are my updates. Have a great day. Peace. Later.